With everywhere but Corona Mountain completed, we might as well take a look at Delfino Plaza before we leave it for good. The Plaza of Delfino is the home of the Shine Sprites and is the capital of Isle Delfino. With this being such an important place in Delfino Isle, there are definitely some things you couldn't miss. Many of the piantas we find in Delfino Isle are avid shoppers, and have brought their shopping baskets to the plaza to pick up their fruit orders. Though, due to the size of their baskets, they've gotten quite tired of carrying them and want Mario to pick up their orders for them. While this is what many think at first, as Mario starts to deliver the fruits, we find something fascinating. Each time Mario deposits a fruit into the baskets, it seems as though the basket would move and chew the fruit, leading many to believe that piantas keep these sentient baskets as pets. Why this isn't just flat out told to Mario is odd, but it must mean that this is a common practice in the Isle, so much so that odds are it's a common area of culture shock for many tourists. One of the most common ways to traverse Delfino Plaza is with a water slide. This function, however, doesn't make much sense, especially considering how much friction concrete generates. The only explanation to this is that water in Delfino Isle, when coating any object, causes a negative coefficient of friction, mu, to develop onto the surface until a certain point. This coefficient slowly accelerates Mario or any other object sliding on it until it reaches a maximum velocity, and then the friction turns to zero instead of negative, causing Mario to slide at a constant velocity infinitely until another force begins to act on him, stopping the motion. The box-breaking minigame is one of the most blood-pumping parts of Mario Sunshine, leaving many with faint hearts to skip out on it. However, with how blood-pumping this is, many skip over why these boxes need to be disposed of in the first place. It's a little odd that this pianta is making a game out of crates that are standard storage quality. Clearly the pianta could make bank selling these crates to the many businesses at the plaza, but the pianta decides against it for whatever reason. While you may be thinking this pianta acquired these crates illegally, making them unsellable, what really transpired was a sad twist of fate. This pianta at a young age committed serial fraud. While this was done when they were in their rebellious teenage years, the punishment of never being able to run a business again still persists. This was never a problem till recently when he randomly inherited his grandfather twice removed's inheritance, which was these boxes, explaining perfectly why he chooses to spread joy with this minigame instead of selling the boxes. Delfino Plaza has 5 separate secret levels that are very different to the ones we see in every other area. While we attribute every other secret to Bowser Jr., these clearly are made by the plaza itself and tell of its history. While technically these probably have no order, I will quickly go in the order that forms the most cohesive timeline. The slide secret is an homage to the slippery slope that was the establishment of Pianta society in Delfino. Secondly, the pachinko game is the gambling boom that happened soon after the original inception of Delfino Plaza, with its difficulty symbolizing the struggles it brought to Delfino. Thirdly, the lily pad poison river is a metaphor to the economical collapse of Delfino soon after the gambling boom turned into a crisis requiring many government reforms and regulation to get the economy back onto healthy levels. Fourthly is close to current-day Delfino with the turbo nozzle level, showing how the increase of focus on tourism has caused Delfino to grow in economical health and how Delfino society has been prospering. With lastly the red coin field, which is clearly the present day, giving the feeling as though you are lost in a forest due to the ongoing conflict with Bowser Jr.'s vandalism. The boathouse is the most odd business in Delfino, containing Tanuki selling the player shine sprites at the small fee of 10 blue coins. Tanuki are extremely rare and elusive in Isle Delfino, with only one other being found in Noki Bay. However, this elusivity I feel is an omen for what types of business these Tanuki are in. Surely the selling of shine sprites would be outlawed in Delfino, considering they are the guardians of it. So this begs the question of how a black market business like this would be able to run in broad daylight in the capital Delfino. What we seem to have on our hands is the Tanuki are the most powerful mob bosses of the Delfino underground, so much so that they have enough money to bribe the Delfino government to run an illegal business so flamboyantly. While the shine sprites may be their main hustle, it's fitting criminals like these would work out of a boathouse, allowing them to smuggle people, shine sprites, and goods whenever they please. And lastly, the Pianta who grants the player sunglasses at 30 shines and sunglasses and a shirt at 120 shines is a little odd. For some reason, he has a natural intuition for the amount of shine sprites you've obtained even when no such counter is available to the Piantas Delfino. This leads me to believe this fellow is actually a physical manifestation of the shine sprites, appearing only to Mario to reward his heroism to the sprites with small tokens of appreciation. Not only does his yellow color indicate this, considering the Piantas always buy their lonesome and never is mentioned by other Piantas furthers this theory. And that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed, you know what to do.